got here today. It started back in free agency when Louisiana had a vacancy at the running back position. How do you replace Reggie Streeter? Their approach? Sign the 3-time All-Star running back from Sioux Falls to their squad. Colin Hart joined the Revs this offseason from Sioux Falls and gets things off to a start against his former team here today. Will this be enough, Matt, for Louisiana to finally get the best of Sioux Falls?
Yeah, Louisiana won big time in free agency, grabbing the 3-time All-Star. Hart's production was down last season, but he was also at the bottom of the league in carries. We'll see if Louisiana gives him more opportunities. Sparrows did draft his replacement, G.P. Wells, the 3rd overall pick. They're going to need to get him involved and try to improve on Sioux Falls' league worst turnover differential. Which team will come out on top, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt, well, we'll get down to the field and get things started. Colin Hart, in his previous game, 23 carries, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was among his best games for the Sparrows last season. We'll see what he can do here on a Louisiana squad that is very familiar with how to run that football. But first, A.J. Levy back to return for the Sparrows and brings this up to about the 20-yard line, but is fumbled and recovered by, I think, Sioux Falls maintained possession, Matt.
Ooh. What a way to start the season.
Amit Shafunkto is the one that I believe knocked that one loose.
Yeah, Levy's been doing this a long time. I'm surprised. He's holding that ball. Let's see if someone pops him on the arm. Oh, yes.
Did Shafunkto... Oh, Shafunkto recovered it, Matt. So Louisiana getting possession of the football after kicking it off.
Wow.
That's how their season 18 is going to get started.
That is a nice start.
So just like that, Tommy Utah under center for the Revs gets things started, drops back, swings the
there he is.
Pass out. And just like that, Colin Hart getting his first touch wearing a green jersey. And he gets up to the 14-yard line.
The infamous long handoff, Mike. Great job, 8-yard gain. I'd say give it to him again, 2nd and 2. See if Louisiana wants to spread out in a run situation or if they're going to pack everybody in.
Utah in his 2nd season now with the Revs. Offset I formation on 2nd down. Utah's going to hand this one off to Hart. Hart tries to get out around the left. Only gains 2, but it is enough for a first down. The offense for the Revolution, we mentioned quarterback Tommy Utah and halfback Colin Hart, also joined in the backfield by halfback Randy Squarebush, the first-round pick rookie. Cameron Collier is the fullback. Anthony Delano is the wide receiver, along with Chase Earl and B. Robo, the tight end, Garrison Blue. Offset I on first down from the 12-yard line. Hands it off to Colin Hart again. We've seen a heavy dose of him. That was Randy Squarebush with his first carry of his SFL career, subbing in for Hart. No gain on that play.
Oh, the 2 halfback attack. Something new for this season with these slightly expanded rosters. So we'll see how that comes into play here. But Louisiana needs to move the ball a little bit more in this red zone situation. Try to pick up 5 yards.
2nd down and 10. Colin Hart gets the swing pass and is tackled, brought down at the 10-yard line. Nick Fargo, former teammate for a long, long time. Nick Fargo with the tackle.
Yeah, Hart could have broken that one for big, but Fargo's been on Sioux Falls a long time, and he's one of the better linebackers in the league. And Sioux Falls playing press a lot. Where's your tight end?
Utah, look, steps up into the pocket. He's going to take it himself. Runs and slides down just shy. Oh, no, they mark him shy of the line to gain, Matt. 4th and inches from the 2.
I mean, Utah's not an idiot, but, man, just head first, Utah, head first.
Dive, Utah. It looks like Utah is still on the field, Matt, on 4th down and inches. They are going to maybe go for it here.
It's a 3-4. Just snap it.
And the play clock is ticking down to single digits.
Utah
with the hard count.
Yeah, you can hard count forever. They're not.
And they jump off sides. They snap the ball. It's into the hands of Hart, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana.
Well, that's Coach Wilson for you right there. Yep, offsides, free play.
And the touchdown will, of course, stand as they decline the penalty. And Louisiana taking advantage of the early rare turnover from A.J. Levy, fumbling the opening kickoff. Recovered by Amit Shafunkta, one of the backup wide receivers. A key special teamer for Louisiana. And then they answer with a nice drive. And, of course, Colin Hart getting the opening touchdown against the Sioux Falls Sparrows.
Did I call Utah an idiot? Mikey's a genius. Set that right up. But that's what they used to do a lot in Sioux Falls, Mike. It used to be swing city, and that's something Hart's used to. So put that on the board. Louisiana, 7 points. Again, Mike, I brought up the Sioux Falls turnover differential, worst in the league last season, and they're starting off not where they want.
So kickoff number 2 now for Otis Boudreaux. A.J. Levy back to receive once again.
I'm sure he wants payback.
Levy taking this one out of the end zone and brings it up to the 23-yard line. A.J. Levy, he's been returning kicks a long time. He passed over 10,000 career kick return yards with his first kick return, which unfortunately resulted in that fumble. But one of the best return men in SFL history. So Julian Tyree, 13 seasons in the league, all with Sioux Falls, under center to get things going now for the Sparrows. Out route pass is complete for a gain of 5, hauled in by Al Dillapre Sr.
Nice safe pass. Didn't get you, halfway there. So it's going to be interesting to see when GP Wells comes in.
Second down and 5.
Well, fooling nobody here, Mike.
They don't have Colin Hart anymore, so forget it. We'll just not have a running back in the backfield. Throws it deep, and it's up in the air and down onto the ground, nearly picked off. That ball bouncing around all over the place. So speaking of the halfback situation for Sioux Falls, Matt, you mentioned in your opening GP Wells, the 3rd overall pick out of Memphis for Sioux Falls. Number 21, he will be the running back for the Sparrows this season, standing to the side of Julian Tyree. 2 receivers out to the right, and Tyree will throw another out route down to the bottom. That one is caught, but that one's also going to be short of the line to gain. Matt Noe Terrazas with the catch, but 4th down and inches.
Man, you're sliding, just reach that ball across. Tough. And now are they going to try to draw Louisiana offsides?
No, it looks like the punter is out on the field for Sioux Falls. Sammy Prefontaine on to punt for the Sparrows.
Don't line up offsides.
Clean snap, punt is away and taken back at the 28-yard line and returned up to the 31-yard line. A cold shoulder tackle from Kiki Anderson.
Yeah, be careful with that spin when that tackler's coming. I've seen some fumbles when people have put their hands or their helmet on the ball. So, but look at Louisiana in great shape early, up 7-0, and they have the ball in a fairly decent field position.
3 wide receiver set for the Revolution. Deep drop by Utah, steps up, throws deep down the middle, and that one is tipped and picked off, going back the other way. Intercepted by Nick Fargo, and that will save the drive for the Sparrows. After having to punt, they now get the ball back.
And Nick Fargo, don't expect linebackers to cover like that, Mike, but right, 3-way deflection there, and then Fargo is the beneficiary, so...
Nick Fargo only had 1 interception all of last season, Matt, and already has 1 here in the first few minutes of season 18.
Now he's got many weeks to break that record.
2 receivers split out wide to the right. Tyree under center. Tyree hands it off to Wells. Wells with his first SFL carry for the Sparrows gets a gain of 2. The starting offense for the Sparrows, Julian Tyrese, the quarterback, GP Wells, the running back. Fullback is Charlemagne Cornelius. The wide receivers, AJ Warren, Noe Terrazas, Al Dillapre Sr., and K. Marion. The tight end, Caesar Ackerman. And keep an eye on number 77 at guard, Moose Mitchell. Tyree out to the left. That one is complete for a nice gain. Up to midfield, sets up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 now. Do you trust the rookie, or do you... They have a fullback, too. They have Cornelius. They could, I guess, give him a carry, but the formation we're looking at here.
Offset eye formation.
Yeah, it looks like a run, but if you run to the short side of the field, there's a lot of... Yep.
Oh, my.
God.
Just absolutely blown up in the backfield by the Revolution defender. Chuck Diesel getting into the backfield with a big tackle for a loss. Loss of 4 on the play, Matt, and Sioux Falls will have to punt once again.
Yeah, I saw a ton of Revolution on that side of the field, Mike, and that's exactly where Sioux Falls went, and it got him nowhere.
Middle linebacker coming in on a blitz there, getting the TFL. Prefontaine punts this one away. Oof. Brought back to the 22-yard line, and Tommy Utah leading the Louisiana offense back out onto the field. 1 play and done on the last drive. Matt throwing the interception. Looking for some better results this time. Utah was in the top 10 with the fewest interceptions last season amongst SFL quarterbacks. He did have 25. There was quite a bit, but still among the bottom half of the league in terms of number of total picks thrown. See how that plays out this season. Utah under pressure, hit as he releases, and that one will be incomplete. James Kelly providing the pressure, 2nd down and 10.
Sioux Falls playing a lot of press man and blitzing, so Utah needs to find an open receiver, just chuck it to the heavens, because if it's one-on-one coverage and you've got one of your, Earl or Robo, one of those guys. But here we go again. Maybe just pitch it to the outside. There's no one there.
The receiver set, ball handed off to Hart. Hart with blockers out in front. Hart off to the races. He's crossing midfield and tackled finally in Sioux Falls territory all the way down to the 42-yard line. Brought down by A.J. Levy after a huge run.
Yeah, Louisiana saw what I saw. There was no Pharaohs. Look, Mike. Look at that hole. I think I could, drive through that.
You could have wheeled through there, Matt.
I could limp. I could, crawl for a 1st down. So good on Louisiana recognizing that and running it the correct way. Hart always using experience. Found the hole and just went for it. Now, again, Sioux Falls very close to the line. Not quite pressed, but not playing off very far.
1st down and 10 now for the Revs. Quick pass over the middle. That one is complete. Hauled in for a gain of 7. The starting defense for the Sioux Falls Sparrows, defensive linemen Biff Markham, James Kelly, Corey Dobbins, and Ray West. The linebackers are Jason Strongbow, Nick Fargo, and Derek Williams. The corners, Ernest McCrae Sr., John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, and Terrell Davis. The safeties, Jay Ringgold and A.J. Levy. 2nd down and 3. And just churning his legs to get that 1st down up to the 30-yard line. Colin Hart playing with a lot of heart so far in this one, Matt.
Yeah, he's really stuck it to his old team so far. He's got the touchdown on that swing pass, and that long run setting up this good situation where you'd think that Louisiana could at least come away with 3. They just have to be mindful, not turn the ball over.
Utah swings this one down to Squarebush. Squarebush with his first reception, 2-yard gain on the play.
The 3rd and 8, Utah just,
2nd and 8 right now, man.
Or 2nd and 8, sorry. Eyes aren't what they used to be, Mike. We're getting older.
We indeed are, Matt. I don't know if we need to point that out.
I just did too late. Oh, what a carry.
Nice carry up the middle by Squarebush on that one, Matt. Turning forward for a gain of 5. Will set up a 3rd down and a much more manageable 3.
Now we'll see if they entrust in Utah. They are in field goal range, so they could just run it here, see what they get, and then take the 3 if they don't get the first down.
3 receiver set, 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like both Colin Hart and Squarebush back there. Oh, and hit as he throws, but somehow still gets it out, and it's caught. B. Robo with his first catch of season 18 is good for a first down, man. I thought that ball was fluttering down to the turf.
Well, doesn't matter what it looks like, Mike, as long as it gets there. It's always the Matt Wilson special. Let's see. Are they gonna run a swing pass, or are they gonna run off tackle?
Colin Hart, Randy Squarebush, and Cameron Collier in the backfield. And the ball is handed off. And only a gain of 1 up the middle for Hart. Sets up a second down and 9. Big stop by Zeke Zimmerman.
That is a big Zimmerman.
Second down and 9. Swing pass out to the bottom. That one's caught by Hart, stiff-arming the defender down to the turf. Sets up a third down and 3 once again.
Yeah, trips to the top, but again, that bottom wide open. Gave it to Hart. He got 7. A 3rd and 3 situation again. So Louisiana's been passing it most of the time in these situations. Let's see if they decide to dial another one up. Press man again, though. So nope.
And the run up the middle by Hart, spinning his way for the first down all the way up to the 7-yard line. First down and goal. Matty's averaging 9.8 yards per carry. Not too shabby for his first start with the Revolution.
Yes, he's definitely crushing his average from last season.
Two backs in the backfield now. On first and goal. Utah to throw, stepping up, throwing out to the right-hand side, complete. Dangerous pass is hauled in. Chase Earl with the catch. Second and goal after a gain of 2.
Thought Tommy was going to take off again. He was kind of thinking about it, but yeah, thought better. And this is a running formation if I ever saw one.
Utah, Squarebush, touchdown, Revs.
Oh. Just, yeah. Rowing his boat down the bayou, Mike. Someone might want to give him, a bigger engine.
He's the airboat.
Yeah. Just a trap play, great blocking. By the time he got tackled, he was already in the end zone. So, Sioux Falls defense had that one pick early, but been susceptible so far by long drives by Louisiana. Kind of a short one off the first turnover, with the one turnover, but this one was quite a long drive.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a 12-play, 78-yard drive, resulting in a Randy Squarebush touchdown, the 5th overall pick in this previous offseason's draft, coming from Annapolis in the minor leagues. Getting his first career touchdown. So, Matt, when you look at the... Go ahead.
That's interesting. You got the 5th overall pick, and you signed Colin Hart. That's a very interesting situation.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I was first looking at some of these expanded rosters for this season, I was looking at the Revolution roster and saw Colin Hart and Randy Squarebush there and thought, what is the plan? How are they going to utilize these 2 running backs? And, well, we've seen it there. They utilized them by getting Colin Hart a touchdown on drive number 1, and then Randy Squarebush a touchdown on drive number 3. So split them up, keep them fresh, and you could have an even more dangerous rushing game than you did when you had the legendary Reggie Streeter on the roster. So see how Sioux Falls can respond. They've had 2 drives, both ending in punts. See what they can get going here. Short drop by Tyree. Out route down to the bottom is caught by Dillapre Sr. Good for a gain of 3. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations. as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. 3 wide receiver set now on second down. Tyree, short pass over the middle, caught. Dillapre Sr., nope, that's Terrazas, excuse me, with that catch. Getting the first down, moving the chains as we tick away the final minute here in quarter number 1.
Louisiana can kind of, play a little relaxed at this point. You don't want Sioux Falls driving for a touchdown, but you also don't want them hitting the big plays. So these gains are good for Sioux Falls, but like I say, they need to finish this with some kind of points.
Oh gosh,
no!
Ball is handed off to Wells, and the Revolution defense says, "Don't mind if I do." Leonard Butler Sr. wrapping him up, tackling him for a loss. Big second down and 13 coming up on the other side of the quarter. We will flip sides of the field here. Quarter number 1 in the books. All Louisiana so far here down in Houma, 14-0. The lead over the visiting Sioux Falls Sparrows.
I want to sing the song, Mike. Dun 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 dun.
Hey, thanks, Matt. I'm glad you were able to add that in.
Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
It's a low-budget game today. 3 wide receiver set as we get quarter number 2 started. Tyree, quick pass. That one is
nice.
caught. Getting up past midfield. It looks like he will be just on the other side of the 50. K. Marion with the catch.
Yeah, good to see Sioux Falls getting the receivers involved. Mostly it's been, throws to the tight end.
First down and 10 from the Louisiana 48-yard line. Sioux Falls on their best drive of the game so far. Tyree handing this one off to Wells. Wells able to gain 3 on the play. We'll go over the starting defense for the Revolution. The defensive line, Brian Craven, Leonard Butler Sr., Luther Gond, and Ross Napoli, along with Chance Wall. The linebackers, Chuck Diesel, Blake B. Craze, and Slyn Shady. The corners, Even Arthur and Rolliman Hood. The safeties, Mike Ryan, Tank Bennett, and Dante Grimm. Ball is once again handed off to Wells, and Wells is able to gain a couple. 3rd down and 5.
There's 3rd and 5. It's definitely a passing down for your offense, but just, don't have to go crazy here. Slants, outs. Louisiana played pretty far off, so yeah, you could definitely get some quick out here.
And they're going to throw over the middle into traffic, caught and then fumbled, recovered by Louisiana. Chuck Diesel jumping on the ball. And if that play stands, and I'll put a big asterisk on that, if that play stands, it'll be the Revolution football. Let's see.
I think
I think he had enough possession there, Matt. I think Noe Terrazas caught the ball, hopped around a little bit.
But I think it's a catch.
And there is indeed a challenge, so we will see what happens with this one.
Catch 2 feet, and then maybe a little bit of a movement. I think he had all of those.
Head coach Jason McGee throwing the challenge flag. And
see, 1, 2.
I mean, I think he had 2 feet down, hopped backwards, had 2 more feet down, and then the ball was knocked out.
Yeah, he was pushed, and then he got pushed again, and then that's when the ball came out.
But the ref giveth and the ref taketh away. Let's see. And the ref giveth. So the ruling on the field stands.
Oh.
So an unfortunate end to the drive for the Sparrows. Louisiana already taking advantage of points off turnovers, Matt, getting a touchdown on their opening drive, which didn't really have to go all that far. It was all of 21 yards long since they were able to recover the fumble on the opening kickoff. And now they recover their 2nd fumble of the game already. And they're going to take advantage quick. A dart to the fullback, Cameron Collier, with the 15-yard catch.
Collier looked like he got launched out of a missile, Mike.
I know. Collier was flying, man. And then, boom, gets tackled by Jay Ringgold, but a big first down and more.
Yeah, it happened so fast. I didn't realize, it's a lot of ground to cover in just a couple seconds, especially for a fullback.
Offset I formation. Ball is handed off. And a nice tackle after a gain of about 5. Randy Squarebush with another run.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to call out the names, Mike, because with 2 halfbacks, it could be either one of those guys.
Squarebush looks to be wearing some blue sleeves today, Matt, and Colin Hart sporting the no sleeves. That's how we spot the differences here from the broadcast booth. Sometimes it is a little tricky. Utah is going to hand that one off to Colin Hart, the sleeveless man. Hart gains 3, sets up a 3rd down and 2.
It would make it easier, Mike, if someone had greatest success rate of all time.
What's that?
The neck roll.
You just love the old neck roll on the players.
Yes, I do.
3rd down and 2. Hart with the handoff. Hart with the first down. Keeps the chains moving up to the Sioux Falls 46-yard line. 8 minutes to go here in the first half of action.
And that's the thing. If the Revolution just want to run the ball, as long as they're gaining positive yardage, they can do it because they can just platoon in a fresh back as soon as they need it. And you got the fullback, too.
Yeah, all 3 backs in the backfield on this one. Handed off to Hart. Hart with nice blocks, and Hart off to the races once again. Gets all the way up to the 23-yard line before he is finally brought down again by A.J. Levy. Levy tackling Hart after his previous long run.
And it gashed him again on the same run. And again, you get all those backs in the backfield and the tight end, all highly paid. That's quite a load to try to block, especially if you don't have an advantage on that side.
Sioux Falls defense right now not enjoying going up against their former teammate. Utah, quick pass over the middle. That one is complete. Called in by B. Robo, and that's going to be a first down and goal from the Sioux Falls 8.
The former tight end, nice snag there from Robo. Blitz is coming, but look, again, Mike, see they're playing man. Robo gets nice separation and then carries for number 26. That's Barnhart. Barnhart, man. I think we broadcasted a game where he had like 5 picks in a game. It was nuts.
There was a lot, yeah.
I just say stick to the ground, Louisiana. You got plenty of running backs. Let's see if we can get 4 or 5 on first.
Randy Squarebush takes this handoff and is able to get a few. Gets up to the 5-yard line. And Squarebush a little slow to get. Yeah, so Squarebush a little slow to get up after that.
I know he's a rookie, guys, but the hazing's over.
It's not over until week 3, Matt.
Oh yeah. Nobody told me that. In the old days, man, hazed all year.
3 receivers, a tight end, and running back in the formation.
Be careful here.
Pass to the back of the end zone, and that is another Louisiana touchdown. What a snag. Hauled in that back corner, Matt.
Is that Garrison Blue?
Garrison Blue. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. That's how you get touchdowns in the red zone, Matt. You remember that for tomorrow.
We'll see. You don't want to hear this if you're a Sioux Falls fan, but right now, Mike, the route is on.
The route is on indeed, Matt. 6 minutes to go in the first half, and Louisiana is an extra point away from a 21-0 lead. Wishka Lafouche on for the hold for the Revolution. Extra point is up and good from Boudreaux. So, Matt, in all of their previous meetings, the Sioux Falls Sparrows beat the Louisiana Revolution, formerly known as the New Orleans Pharaohs. Started all the way back in Season 12, was their first meeting back in Week 8 of Season 12. The Sparrows won that one 21-13. Season 14, they beat the Pharaohs once again 38-21. They met again in the season 15 playoffs, all the way back in the semifinal game. Sioux Falls won that one 21-17, and then they met again in season 16 back in the regular season. Sioux Falls won 19-17. So the moral of this story is this franchise has only ever at most put up 21 points against Sioux Falls, and they've put up 21 points in the first quarter and a half.
Whoa, they're already there. But Mike, 14 of those 21 have been off turnovers. That's always a big one.
So Sioux Falls trying to get something going with a nice deep pass over the middle, and that one is complete to K. Marion. And that's exactly what they needed, get back in Louisiana territory. You know, I mean, 2 of their drives have died because of fumbles. You know, it's not like they were ill-advised throws from Tyree. I mean, it was fumbles. So, you know, sometimes you just get the unlucky bounce. It could have been recovered by Sioux Falls, and it wasn't in either of those cases. And both of those turnovers resulted in points. So, you know, they can still climb back into this one. It's just, it's quite the hill that they're facing right now. It's Tyree. Out route up to the top. That one is caught. Dillapre Sr. with another catch. Gains 4 on the play.
Yeah. So Sioux Falls, I believe, got the ball first, Mike. So that means that Louisiana will get it to half. So you definitely want to put 7 on the board before halftime here. Oh, look out.
Tyree sacked down in the backfield, Matt.
Medic.
That's not going to help him get those points that you're asking for.
Where's the flag? Luther
Taunting
gone.
not a penalty here in the Simulation Football League, Matt. Luther gone with the sack, and he wanted to celebrate.
Yeah, over Tyree's down body. Where's the teammates to, you know, give him a little shove at least? 6'4", 325, Mike. I don't want that guy over me.
No, absolutely not, Matt.
That's a couple of old countries.
Luther Gond, number 2 in the league last season with 12 sacks. Oh, deep pass down the left sideline. What a beautiful throw from the veteran Tyree, connecting with Marion. A first down and 10, just on the edge of the red zone.
Yeah, there's the old corner route, Mike, 1-on-1 and that wide open, really. Most of these corner routes are pretty contested, but good throw by Tyree and great catch by Marion. And now Sioux Falls is in business.
Even Arthur in on the coverage on Marion and just got beat on that deep corner route. Looks like double coverage on the outside receivers right now. They're going to run, and that run is not going to go anywhere. The rookie having a difficult time getting things going today against this pretty stout front line for the Revolution.
Yeah, they've kind of been stopping the run all day long. Sioux Falls really only had success throwing.
Another run up the middle, and that one also does not go for a whole heck of a lot. 3rd down and 7.
That was the fullback, Cornelius. So trying something else. 3rd and 7. Louisiana knows what's coming. So see if Tyree can get enough time here to make a play.
Crowd on their feet. Tyree back to throw. Out route down to the bottom. Complete.
Oh, no.
Momentum carried Marion out of bounds. 4th down and 1 from the 12. And, you know, Matt, would you be tempted to just go for it here on 4th and 1?
I kind of would, because I don't think 3 points does you much good. It's a long one. But hey, Tyree's been known for a sneak or 2 in his day. It looks like they're trotting out the kicker here.
Third round pick, rookie kicker, Zoshtel Black.
Well, even for a 3rd round kicker as a rookie, this should be a gimme.
It's like Willie Beeman on to hold.
Oh, man, it could be a fake.
The field goal is up, and it is good from 28 yards out. So Black, with his first career SFL kick, it's up and through, and it gets rid of the 0, Matt. And that was the only other thing that I was going to say is, you know, 4th and 1, am I tempted to go for it because I want those 7 points because I'm down by 21? Yes. But I also want to just get rid of that 0. So
I don't think that does you a lot of good, especially when Louisiana gets the ball. They're gonna get the ball now, and then they're gonna get the ball after half. So could be in a world of pain unless you get them to punt or turn the ball over.
Yeah, Sioux Falls defense needs to step up big here, just like that special teamer did right there for the Sparrows. Matt, on Monday on Next Level Sports, the Simulation Football League has another doubleheader of football action to kick off the league's 18th season. First, Florida will visit San Diego, two teams that have plenty to prove, before Jacksonville faces Portland for the first time. It's a celebration of the SFL's diversity, honoring the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Coverage starts at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Visit Next Level Sports to find the Next Level Sports coverage in your area. It's NLSE.com.
It's like Next Level Hart. So far this game, it's 9.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been having quite his first outing for his new team. Colin Hart, 9 rushing attempts, 85 yards, including a 36-yarder. Utah under center. Going to hand that one off. Nice rumble up the middle for Collier.
Collier looking like a bucking bronco there. He's going out for blood.
Well, that's why their mascot's a horse, man.
Nay. Oh, unfortunately, the horse died, Mike.
2 minutes to go here in the first half of action from Houma, Louisiana. The Revolution out in front, 21-3 over the Sparrows.
Nope, Mike, that was the third back that Louisiana has run. I think that might be an SFL first, barring an injury of some sort.
Utah back to throw, steps up into the pocket, throws deep over the middle. That one's picked off. That's the turnover that was needed. And it's A.J. Levy getting the pick. Maddie's been doing it a long time, 13 seasons in the league. That was interception number 59. He's 6th overall in SFL history.
Pocket breaking down, Utah throwing it into a crowd of people, and that's not one you want to throw it near the vicinity of A.J. Levy. Ugh.
A.J. Levy, the 5-time All-Star player, Matt. He's 3rd in the league history in tackles with over 1,100. Got over 100 pass deflections, approaching 60 picks. A difference maker for the Sioux Falls defense, and he could have just bailed him out big right there, depending on how the offense can respond now on this drive.
Yeah, minute 53. Don't give the ball back, Levy.
Yeah, plenty of time. So
good play.
Dunks that one down. Yeah, beautiful play to A.J. Warren. A.J. Warren with his second catch on the day.
Was Levy's first sack, and he's got 6 tackles and 1 assist. So he's been all over the field so far in this first half.
First down and 10 from the Louisiana 39-yard line.
Plenty of time.
A.J. Warren taking a breather.
You could run the ball here if you wanted. Oh, that hasn't been very fruitful.
Short drop from Tyree. Quick pass over the middle. That one's caught. Converting the first down. Noe Terrazas with another catch. 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, yardage-wise, it's been, the rushing yardage really sticks out. -1 rushing yards. That's not...
Compared to 118 on the other side. Tyree hands the ball off, and that's why maybe we don't run right now. GP Wells struggling today so far in his SFL debut.
They better have a pass audible in this formation, or this could be a world of trouble. Yes, they do.
They do. The long handoff, that doesn't work either. Matt, this Revolution defense is flying all over the place. Brian Craven, the defensive end, flying out there to stay with GP Wells, gets the tackle for a loss, and now a 3rd and 14.
They're in field goal range, which isn't the worst thing because, 6 is almost 7. So it's you're down to a 2-score game instead of a 3-score game. Got to be careful. And now, are we going to see the all slants fun, or are they going to go deep? Nope.
Kyrie over the middle, tipped and nearly could have been picked off. That was dangerous. 4th and 14, and Black will come back out onto the field for his second field goal try. This one will be a little bit further, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's still very makeable for him. And I had to kept yelling at Coach Ramos Lynn running those all slant plays. He wouldn't let me audible a lot of them, Mike. I kept throwing picks, and finally he listened and got rid of that.
This one from 46 yards from the left hash. Beeman with the hold. The kick is on its way. It's up, and it is no good. Off the right post.
Donk.
The rookie doinks it off the right post, and nothing can seem to go Sioux Falls' way so far in this one.
Wow. And plenty of leg, but just a bit outside. So Louisiana will take over, and Matt, I think probably one of the biggest storylines of the game outside of Colin Hart going up against his former team has been how these offenses have responded after getting a turnover on defense. The points off turnovers, has been plus 14 for Louisiana, and Sioux Falls just has not been able to have that same sort of success. They had an opportunity there to make this a 21-10 game, which is much more manageable, but instead they're not able to even muster up 3 on that one. 21-3 still the score here in Houma. And Louisiana still attacking. That sidearm throw from Utah got him 5, got him out of bounds. And we're going to see some more slanting action. Let's see what, nope.
Utah throws over the middle. That one is caught. Chase Earl catches that one, and the defender goes flying. I didn't even see who that was.
See this barrel roll. Look at that.
Oh, it's Levy again.
Go out for blood and
making the tackle. Louisiana calling a timeout. 2 remaining. Yep. 41 seconds, 2 timeouts, only 37 yards away from the end zone. Yeah, they're looking to put another touchdown on the board and then get the ball back after the half, Matt.
Okay, press man again. Let's see if they send the pain and if Utah can get the ball out in time.
Utah out route up to the top, throws that one about 3 yards out of bounds.
That's one of those, I don't like the way this play looks. Just live to fight another day.
Just bail. Yeah, just bail on the play. Just throw it to the guy out of bounds and live to fight another down, like you said, Matt.
Yeah, get the gun out. Not a Glock, the shotgun. well, not that either. You know what I mean. Out route the bottom of the screen, Mike. Look at how open.
Bring firearms onto the field, Matt says. Utah swings this one down to Hart. Hart trucking forward. Gets up to the 32-yard line, steps out of bounds, sets up a 3rd down and 5, so they save their timeout. 34 seconds to go.
They're in Boudreaux's range. So, they're just, I don't know, you just throw a deep one, try to get to the 10 to the 15 and then have a shot at the end zone, maybe 1 or 2 tries.
Backs in the backfield. Utah.
Plenty of protection.
Looking downfield. Throws a short pass, and that one is going to be caught, but short of the line to gain. Quick timeout called by Robo.
I don't think they needed to call that timeout.
Yeah, probably a little premature by B. Robo calling that timeout. I think I would have just let that clock tick down until there was about 3 seconds left and then hit the timeout. But
yeah, because you got Levy, and he scored some touchdowns in his day. He has the 1 fumble, but I think that's the last fumble you'll see for the rest of the game.
A.J. Levy, number 2 in SFL history in kick return touchdowns, Matt, with 12. 12 over 13 seasons, so he's good for about 1 per season. Maybe it could be today. The field goal is on its way. That one is good from 45, and Boudreaux extends the Revolution lead over the Sparrows, now 24-3.
Plenty of leg on that one. Of course, Black had plenty of leg, but it was just a little outside. So now, 25 seconds to go. I think it's all going to depend on this return by Levy. If he can cross the 40, I think Sioux Falls is going to push it. But if he doesn't, I think they're just going to run it and mail it in. Although, as a Mexico City fan, we've seen some long runs
right before the half. Absolutely. Oh, Levy trying to get it around the outside, gets it up to the 22-yard line. 21 seconds to go, one timeout. Not a lot to work with for the Sparrows. Julian Tyree, so far 14 to 16, 155 yards. He's been efficient, but has not been able to get the team down into the end zone. Some unfortunate turnovers with a lost fumble on an offensive drive, lost fumble on the opening kickoff. That's been the story for Sioux Falls, even a missed field goal. So GP Wells with another rush, getting them into some positive rushing yard territory now. And that will be it as we tick away the final seconds here in the first half. And there will not be another snap. So 2 quarters now in the books. 1 half remains here in Houma, Louisiana as we head to halftime. The Revolution up 24-3 over the visiting Sioux Falls Sparrows. And Matt, as we take a look at the first half stats and highlights, we will skip them completely and get right back to third quarter action.
We got Cam. We don't need them.
We know what happened. We don't really need to see those first half stats and highlights, Matt. We'd just rather get right back to football action. Who needs a halftime show?
It's like a red zone presentation. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it going. We want to see some more scoring. We had a couple of lopsided games going on right now. This one here, Louisiana up 24-3 over the Sparrows. Meanwhile, in Tulsa, the Arizona Scorpions winning that one 20-0 over the Tulsa Desperados. And a nice kick return there. Almost interrupted my information. Anthony Delano, the rookie wide receiver, is the return man for the Revolution.
Hopefully, you didn't need a sandwich or anything at half, Mike. Hopefully, these players are well rested too.
Well, I was gonna go get some of the nice Cajun Bayou-style cuisine they sell here, but I guess we'll have to...
Denied.
Yeah, denied. So Colin Hart getting leveled by A.J. Levy, but not before a nice gain of 5. Gets him up to the 34-yard line. We can just kind of recap the first half a little bit, Matt. We talked about that opening kickoff. Fumbled by A.J. Levy, and Louisiana was able to respond 6 plays later, 21 yards. They got into the end zone for a touchdown. Sioux Falls had to punt on their next drive, but Louisiana would throw a pick. Sioux Falls would have to punt on that one too. So again, another turnover that they were not able to get points from. Hart only able to gain 1 on that snap. So Louisiana would get another touchdown, Matt, getting Randy Squarebush involved after a 12-play, 78-yard drive. And then Sioux Falls on their next possession would fumble. Louisiana capitalized off of it, got a 5-yard passing touchdown. Sioux Falls finally would get some points on the board after an 8-play, 67-yard drive, getting 3. And Louisiana shortly before the half added on another 3. And the Sioux Falls defense steps up, gets the stop that they need. Derek Williams with a big tackle for a loss. It'll be 4th and 6. And Louisiana will have to punt, which we have not seen in the entire first half. So
a good money for a punter. Let's see how long this punt goes.
It's a good adjustment that was made apparently at halftime for Sioux Falls, even though they did not have a lot of time to adjust it. And they nearly blocked the punt from Walter Melanishin. Levy back to receive, gets that one up to the 30-yard line. And Sioux Falls will get their first possession of the second half going. Meanwhile, the shutout in Tulsa is a shutout no longer, 20-7 after the Desperados getting into the end zone. So no shutouts, Matt. We thought there could potentially be one earlier on as we saw a couple of zeros in this game and that game. Trips formation to the right. Tyree goes up to the left. That one is complete and out of bounds. Is his receiving target at Caesar Ackerman, the rookie tight end.
That's a dag special, Mike. 3 receivers to one side, the tight end to the other side.
That's right, and then just throw it to the tight end. That's how you get things done, man.
Well, 4 yards, 4 times 3 is 12 equals first down.
That's right. Receivers make great decoys. It's really what they're most useful for. You put out a slew of wide receivers, and then they have to cover them. The tight end can just rumble downfield, be gigantic, and catch the pass. That's what we do. Tyree, out route down to the bottom. That one is caught by the receiver. Alden by
Al
Delapre Sr.
Senior. Watch out, Mike. He may. Oh, and he's short. I thought he had it.
They're down and 1.
Uh-oh. The Sioux Falls running game has not been that successful, Mike. And look at Louisiana. They're just stacked again on that right side on their running towards.
Now it's spinning and getting the extra yards he needs, Matt. Finally able to get something going. GP Wells gets more yards on that carry than he has had combined all game. A nice run by Wells. Getting the first down and keeping the drive alive for Sioux Falls. They needed that a lot. I formation now on first down and 10 from the Sioux Falls 44. Wells with the reception. Oh, what a spin! Spins past 2 defenders before finally being brought down after a punishing hit. Tackled by Tank Bennett.
Well, one-on-one, you hope and pray that your running back can out-juke the defender, especially, looking at a loss of 3 or 4, and that's exactly what Wells did.
Wells right into the arms of the waiting defensive lineman. Brought down on the play for no gain.
Tried to spin kind of into him, and it didn't quite work out so well.
His outside linebacker, Slyn Shady, Matt, coming over from the Las Vegas Fury. This is his first season with the Louisiana Revolution. The 7-time All-Star player. Tyree sacked, brought down in the backfield. There he is again, Matt. Luther gone. Sack number 2.
Yeah, gone. Taunting. He loves to stand over quarterbacks and just laugh at them. Look at that. Oof.
Matt, this is the Simulation Football League, not the No Fun League. He can stand there all he wants.
He's like, you see that?
He got the sack, and he's able to gloat about it. So on fourth down, Sammy Prefontaine back out to punt. Delano back to return this punt from the 19-yard line. Gets up to the 22-yard line. And Louisiana will begin their second drive of half number 2. You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. You can get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Meanwhile, back on the field, B. Robo with a catch and a gain of 4.
Yeah, and all Louisiana has to do right now is you can play it conservative. You got your 2 backs and the fullback, 2 running backs and the fullback. So I would just give it to them unless it's a third and really long. Shorten the game.
Ball is handed off to Squarebush. He gets it up to the 29-yard line. And, Matt Luther-Gond's really just a difference maker all around for the Revolution defense, putting a stop to that last drive by the Sparrows. That sack made him the all-time leading sack getter. Is that the way to say it? He leads the Revolution franchise history in sacks. And he's sure to add a whole lot more on this season as things continue. Out route up to the top is good. Complete to the 33-yard line, first down.
Interesting about the Revolution defense, Mike, is they have 3 highly paid defensive tackles.
Yeah, I noticed that too, man. Not only did they stock up at the running back position, but they stocked up on the defensive line position too. 3 DTs and 2 defensive ends. So you have a constantly fresh, you can just keep swapping them all out. Squarebush takes the handoff up the middle for a gain of 6.
And if you go goal line, Mike, it's going to be hard to get penetration with 3 DTs, highly paid DTs on that line. So second and 4, let's see if they just stay on the ground.
Offset I formation, and Utah will throw, but he throws it out to Colin Hart.
Whoa.
Colin Hart spinning past 2 defenders, and then A.J. Levy says sit down and knock it off, but not before he gets into Sioux Falls territory. 1st and 10 from the Sioux Falls 49.
Yeah, that was that reminded me of woof, woof. Look, Annie M, it's a twister.
Looked a little bit like Boo Chisholm there, Matt. Or excuse me, BDG Hollywood
Yes.
with the spins.
Ooh,
Little stop and go action for Hart. Nets him 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Colin Hart with 89 yards on the day now, Matt, quickly approaching his numbers from his last game that he played with the Sparrows. He
Plus
did
his
have
receiving yards.
Yeah, absolutely. If you add the receiving yards in there, he's already up to about 130, and he's got a touchdown on the day. So a great debut outing from Colin Hart for the Revolution, and the day's not even done. Randy Squarebush is going to take this one. And that's only about a 1-yard gain. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. A bit of a restocking, retooling, if you will, for the Sioux Falls Sparrows in the offseason, Matt. They had plenty of draft picks and tried to load them all up on both sides of the ball. Utah route up to the top is complete, moving the chains once again. 1st down and 10 from the Sioux Falls 34-yard line. But they have a couple of new additions to the defensive line here in Sioux Falls. Matt, 2nd-round pick Corey Dobbins, defensive tackle, joined with undrafted rookie Ray West. And also drafted a linebacker, Jason Strongbow, to join Nick Fargo and Derek Williams. Added to the secondary with a 4th-round pick, Ernest McCray Sr. Swing pass out to Hart is complete. Gains 3. The one thing that they didn't really do, Matt, is they weren't all that active in free agency. Some teams adding on several players through free agency, and Sioux Falls only losing players in free agency. They elected to go through the draft to restock this team.
Yeah, free agency is a difficult game. You have to have the positions open that people want to play, and sometimes you just gotta say, well, we're gonna use what we got and then spend the rest on the draft.
Hart takes that one up to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. And Louisiana opting to go through free agency and the draft. They obviously added on free agent Colin Hart that we've been talking about all game long. They also drafted Randy Squarebush to go right along with Hart. So, it's going to be a very potent
That would
running
not
attack.
be like I say, if I'm thinking, I go, well, I freed up my running back position.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the 3rd pick in the draft. Yeah, I'm
5th, yeah.
Or 5th in the draft. I don't think I would go. I couldn't go running back again, but can't argue with the results. Well,
If I remember correctly, they traded up to get the 5th overall pick. So traded up in the draft to get Randy Squarebush. I don't know, Matt. I mean, I think it could be. We've seen it working so far. Colin Hart has 92 yards on the day. Squarebush has been able to come through and help out as well. 8 rushing attempts for 28 yards. Also has a reception. It's only gone for a couple, so not huge numbers. But how many times have you seen a game fall apart where your starting running back goes down and it's just game over because that's the offense? Now Hart goes down, Squarebush steps up, or vice versa. Either way, Boudreaux with a 45-yard field goal try. They'll mark it from 44. It's up and good. And Louisiana is able to extend their lead 27-3 over the Sparrows. So it's do or die now for the Sparrows, Matt. They're going to have to get something going on this next drive, put some points on the board, or it's going to be 0-1 for sure to start season number 18 for the Sparrows.
I love kicking in a dome, Mike. Makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Why does Louisiana need a dome anyways? The weather's always nice there.
I hear it's raining.
Well,
but at least it's not like blustery western New York where we hail from, Matt. Back home, balmy 4 degrees. Ah, yes.
Yeah, it's
Love the snow. It's great.
well,
It's fun to
yeah.
drive in.
Mm-hmm.
Can slide off the road. Good times had by all.
Get
Julian
stuck on
Tyree
the
back
floor.
out onto the field for the Sioux Falls offense.
If they can get anything going.
Tyree back to throw. He's going to go deep on the first play, and that one is caught. And just like that, they're back in Louisiana territory. Matt K. Marion with his 5th catch on the day. But I hate to say it, Matt, though, we've seen this movie before. They've been in Louisiana territory numerous times in this game. And it usually ends up happening like this, too. They have a big play that gets them in Louisiana territory, and then the drive dies.
Yeah, it's they need 7 yesterday.
Indeed, they did.
So we'll see if they can dial up another deep play. Although Louisiana's playing so far off again, I would just take the out route for 6 or 7. Burn a little clock, and there we go.
And the short out is complete.
Allie, you got to stay on your feet, buddy. You
Tight end would have stayed on his feet. 2nd down and 5.
Got to try to get 10 there. Every yard counts when you're down 27-3. Speaking of 27.
Tyree
Oh, that was dangerous.
dumps that one down over the middle. It is caught, but sets up a 3rd down and 2. And see that this is it, Matt. Huge play. Gets them into Louisiana territory, and then small play, small plates, 3rd down.
Now you got to run the ball, and this is where Sioux Falls has struggled.
8 yards on the day for G.P. Wells. 3 yards for Charlemagne Cornelius. They need 2 here. They hand that one off, and he gets it. Wells hit behind the line, Matt, but was able to break through somehow, squeaking past the defenders, gets up to the 23-yard line, keeps the drive moving.
I need to hurry up, though. 3rd quarter is almost over, and those 4th quarters go awfully fast, especially when teams start to milk that clock. So let's see what.
Ball is handed off once again. That time to Cornelius, and that one goes absolutely nowhere. 2nd down and 10.
Well, we see another play. I think there's a chance. There's Luther Gonzi, Mike. He's got a neck roll.
That's why he gets all those sacks. It's because of the neck roll. Ball is handed off to Wells. Wells able to surge forward to the 15-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3, and we will see what happens with the rest of this drive as we get the 4th quarter started momentarily. So 3 quarters in the books, 11 minutes remains here in the opening game for the Sparrows and Revolution here in Season 18 from Houma, Louisiana. The Revolution well out in front in this one. 24-point lead, up 27-3. I'm Mike Daggs. I'm joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. With us on stats, Gerald Smith and Ike McBride. Flipping sides of the field, let's see what we can see happen on this one. And that is going to be a loss of 1. Once again, tackled in the backfield. 4th down and 4 now. And Matt, I think they got to go for it, but
well,
they're trotting out the Looks like Black is coming back out on the field. 1 of 2 so far today. Had one bounce off the right post. That one was from about 45 yards out. This one from 33. The missed kick was also from the left hash. Kick is on its way. This one is good from 33 yards out. So Sioux Falls able to put 3 points up on the board. And now it's going to be up to the defense once again. See if A.J. Levy or Jay Ringgold. I mean, they have quite a secondary, Matt. They added rookie Ernest McCray Sr. on with some, just pure veteran players in the secondary that between the group of them have all kinds of picks. I mean, John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, Terrell Davis, Jay Ringgold, A.J. Levy. I mean, that's a secondary right there. They need to step up big now, although I would expect to see a heavy dose of running from the 2-star running backs here in Louisiana.
That's the problem. You got a great secondary, but if the other team just has to run the ball, I mean, it's kind of negated. You still got Fargo. I mean, you still got a great linebacking core and a great front four, but Louisiana's been, 7 yards of carry for Colin Hart. It really hasn't stopped him too much.
So Tommy Utah in the gun. So much for seeing the run, Matt. Out route up to the top. Good for first down yardage up to the 37-yard line. Pass is complete.
Barnhart, I guess, was in the area, but it's just a good pass by Utah.
Matt, the Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. You can explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects at apmmusic.com. Randy Squarebush with another run there. Sets up a 2nd down and 3.
That's all Louisiana needs to do right now, just run the ball.
27-6 here in this one. 27-7 over in Tulsa, where the Scorpions lead the Desperados.
Kind of haunting. So it's such a similar score.
And just shy of the first down. The run taken there by Collier. Matt, the Louisiana Revolution coming off a season where they had Reggie Streeter as the running back. He retires. They need to restock. So they get Colin Hart in free agency. They use their top draft pick on a running back. So far paying off quite well in this one. Over 109 rushing yards. They get the first down there. Using him in the pass game, added on between their 2 running backs and their fullback, have over 60 yards receiving as well. So, the receivers, the tight end, that's one thing, but just the running backs have contributed about 160 all-purpose yards, if not more, to this offense. Pass over the middle. That one is caught. Continuing to move the chains down in Sioux Falls territory once again. Not wanting to be forgotten, B. Robo gets another catch.
Yeah, pressure kind of got to Utah, but look out, ref. Louisiana's got to have just been on cruise control. There's one point where Sioux Falls was kind of getting close to that missed field goal, but ever since then it's just been, Louisiana hasn't lit up the scoreboard per se, but they've definitely, the time of possession has got to be insane.
They've been in control. Whether they've been lighting up the scoreboard or just controlling the game. I mean, it's been all Louisiana so far today, and man, frustrating season. Last season, I think, for the Revolution. I mean, their first season as the Louisiana Revolution was season 15. They ended up going not only 9-3, but they won a playoff game and made it to the semifinals. Against who? Well, against the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Sioux Falls would knock them out of the playoffs. They would not be able to go and advance on to the championship game. Season 16, instead of being 9-3 like they were back in their opening season, they end 4-8. So a down season for the Revolution, and then they start off season 17 with a loss, followed by a loss, followed by a loss. So starting off 0-3, they had to try to get things turned around, and eventually did, but ended 6-6. Nobody wants to end at 500, Matt. They want to get that winning record. So retooled, revamped, and so far looking like a dangerous team. Definitely a team to watch here in Season 18. Another touchdown, putting more points on the board. That's B. Robo, once again, the leading receiver by either of these squads. Now with 80 yards and a touchdown on 8 receptions.
Hello, Robo. Utah with 10 years to throw, and then, coverage just not there. I don't know what was going on with that one, but it's Getting might be time for the backups for Louisiana.
Maybe we will see Wishka Lafouche come out for more than just a hold, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
Lafouche holds. The kick is on its way from Boudreaux. It's up and good, and Louisiana extends their lead.
Sad thing is, Mike, no Freddie Fox.
He
The
can't be
greatest
on every
running
team,
back
man.
ever to live. He is always a backup. I don't know why nobody signs that man to a contract, but anytime he's in the game, he just makes plays.
Indeed he does, Matt. Indeed he does. Boudreaux kicks this one off to Levy. Levy takes it back at the goal line. And he's off to the races himself. Breaking tackles, gets up to the 38-yard line. A great return by A.J. Levy. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, January 22nd. The London Knights will meet the Lone Star Glory across the pond in the UK home opener at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's a battle in the air as the Carolina Skyhawks meet the San Diego Mavericks at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Bonus coverage includes Tulsa at Las Vegas and Los Angeles at Vancouver. You can visit nlse.com to find the Next Level Sports in your area.
Marion
And check
again.
that out, Matt. Yeah, deep pass to K. Marion gets them in Louisiana territory. Another big play. Gets them where they want to be. We'll see what they do now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Marion can't quite break away. That could have been 2 touchdowns for Sioux Falls, and that could have made a bit of a difference. But Louisiana's done a good job, not letting the big play happen. The touchdown play. They made Sioux Falls kind of settle for field goals once they've got close to the end zone.
Short run up the middle by Wells.
I don't know if you want to be running the ball with 6 minutes to go. I know it's 34-6, but you never know.
Yeah, it might be a little out of reach at this point, Matt. But yeah, I don't know if you want to just keep on. You want to try to
win, and then
a team could try to get back into it, or you might just want to keep trying your regular offense to see how it's going to work for you next week. That pass out of bounds, 3rd down and 7.
Week 1 is always the toughest week with playbooks. You're like, it's all good when you're practicing, and then you get on the field against another team, and you're like, well, we got to make some changes. So I think Sioux Falls needs to make a few changes, obviously. You can't win games scoring 6 points.
Right. And there's been some unlucky bounces. The opening kickoff certainly set them back. Fumbled, ended in a touchdown for Louisiana. They fumbled away another possession that was looking promising. They've had a lot of this happening, though, Matt. I mean, we've seen it's been at least 3 drives, if not 4. Big play, getting them in Louisiana territory, and then they have to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
2 of them have been made. 1 was missed. We've seen turnovers in Louisiana territory. It's just they haven't been able to finish the drive. They get a great start to the drive, and then it stalls out. So see what sort of adjustments they make as the season continues on.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be more running it, trying to make sure those would be. Let's see, this one is
Black from the right hash misses that one too, and Zashtel Black just very frustrated with his opening performance. That one wide right,
way wide. Oh, wide right hurts my heart.
Absolutely, Matt. Just hearing the words, it pierces straight to the core.
Oh, Utah's still in the game, and I guess we're going to see the starting offense for at least a little while longer.
So Utah under center. Randy Squarebush in the backfield. Squarebush takes the handoff and gets wrapped up and tackled for a loss on the play. 2nd down and 11.
Good way to kill the clock, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a high-paid punter, just run, and have him punt it the length of the field, and then say, okay, Sioux Falls.
Short run up the middle by Squarebush once again is Going to set them up with a 3rd down and 9.
Sioux Falls has done a little bit better against the run, I would say, in this half. Just the offense has not done them many favors.
And I was really interested to see how Sioux Falls was going to start this season off, Matt. They started off last season with a win in their opener, but they would then proceed to lose the next 10 games. The next 9 games. But they ended the season with back-to-back wins, something they haven't had happen in a long, long time. So ending the season with a couple of wins, on a positive note, trying to get back into season 18, starting with a win like they did last season, and it looks like that is not going to happen. Meanwhile, for Louisiana, as I mentioned, Matt, they lost their home opener and then the next 2. So started off 0-3, and then it was uphill climb to try to, get that record back to a winning record, which they did end up doing after week 9. After week 9, they were 5-4, but then lost a couple and won their final game against Tulsa, finishing 6-6. So now they're going to start off 1-0 here in season 18 after a convincing home win. Currently 34-6. Definitely a team to keep your eye on.
Yeah, that's what you want to do if you want to be a playoff team, is win the vast majority of your home games, then kind of split the away games, and they're in pretty decent shape. So, game 1 complete for Louisiana. Here's something we haven't seen too much of.
Tyree changing the play at the line. He's going to go up to the top. That one is complete. Terrazas gets the first down up to the 41-yard line. We'll go into the hurry up.
Tyree barely had to move at all.
Tyree throws another completion. Back down in Louisiana territory up to the 39-yard line. They will continue the no huddle.
I'm guessing the backups are in at this point, so.
Tyree looks, fires complete once again. Back-to-back-to-back receptions for Terrazas. Tyree looks, goes over to the left side this time, and that one is also caught. First down yardage for K. Marion once again. Tyree takes a snap, looks, fires towards the end zone, caught. Going to be inches shy of a first down at the 1. Tyree known to run. Let's see if he does it here. Nope. Throws it, tipped, and picked off. And that's the story of the game for Sioux Falls. Literally nothing seeming to go their way. Every bounce going the way of the Revolution, and well-deserved by the Revolution. They've been playing absolute lights-out football today. Mike Ryan with the pick, playing the tip drill, gets the interception, and that will absolutely seal this one, Matt, as now Louisiana just needs to simply run off the rest of this clock, and they will come away with the victory. Mike Ryan with 6 interceptions on the season last season, tying for the for the team lead with 6. Even Arthur also had 6 INTs. Ooh. That reception good for a gain of 7. Second down and 3 as we approach the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes to go here in this one from Houma, Louisiana. Revolution out in front, 34-6.
That's the thing, Mike. The backups are in, but are they truly in? You've got your backup running back is Squarebush. I guess and Robo is still hanging around, I guess. So definitely a quarterback change, though.
Yeah, all that matters is Wiska Lafouche back in at quarterback for the Revolution. Had a great second half of the season a few seasons ago. One of the finest quarterbacks in Revolution history.
Lafouche.
Lafouche, 3rd down and 2. Sioux Falls burns their first time out.
I guess that was Robo running the ball, Mike. I was confused too. I guess he's the backup fullback.
Oh, excellent.
He's 90. He's got good wheels. But yeah, breaking tackles. I don't know.
It's the new look offense. You put LaFouche in at quarterback. You put Robo in at running back, fullback.
And you get Melanisha to punt because that happens.
Well, at least he still gets to punt. I was half expecting to see Chuck Diesel out there or something.
Hey, Tommy Utah, maybe he's a heck of a punter. You never know.
Tommy Guns. He throws the ball.
Oh,
what a punishing hit. Nathan Smith with the tackle.
ouch.
Lowering a cold shoulder into A.J. Levy.
Well, Tyree gets another shot at the end zone, Mike. Can he get there?
We'll see. They have not been able to find the end zone yet in this one. We'll get one last shot at it here.
34-6 and 30-7.
Yeah, a couple of lopsided games here in the second window of season 18.
No.
That pass right into the hands of Xander Murdoch, backup inside linebacker.
You could say it's a one-sided affair, Mike.
It is indeed a one-sided affair, Matt. A couple of them.
Oh, Xander. Oh, man. Get some gloves, buddy. That's why you're a
gloves, get some stick 'em. And not only is he a backup, man, he's a backup linebacker, not known for their hands.
He looks like he's a little deer in the headlights there. It's like, on the field?
Putbacks in the backfield, Tyree.
Oh,
pressure,
no.
down he goes. Luther Gond. He's not done yet, Matt. Not a sack, but still able to wreck the play.
Look at that face mask. Gon's got more bars than...
He's got more bars than Verizon Wireless, Matt.
Oh.
These are the jokes. 3rd down and 10. Tyree alone in the backfield. 3 down linemen for the Revolution. Pass over the middle is complete. And they will once again go back into the hurry up. It looks like that was Terrazas once again with the catch. Tyree to throw, heads Terrazas' way, tipped in, incomplete. I believe he was actually trying to hit Caesar Ackerman. Second down and 10 with 1:24 to go in this one.
Tyree with a 95.1 rating. Wow. Higher than I thought it would be, but...
Well, with all those yards, again, he's had an efficient day. He has thrown one pick, that one that just happened in the end zone. That's the only thing that actually pushed his quarterback rating down from triple digits. He's been doing fine. It's just the team's not able to find the end zone. There's another great deep pass. I mean, Tyree, he's...
K. Marion again?
Yeah, K. Marion's having a monster day with darn near 200 yards, Matt. I mean, Tyree is 29-36. He's completed over 80% of his passes for 359 yards. Almost 200 of which have gone to K. Marion. They also have Noe Terrazas with over 100 yards. I mean, when you have two 100-yard receivers and your quarterback's completed over 80% of their passes, you would think that maybe the 34-6 score was in their favor. In this case, it's just not. It's just, he's been throwing a lights-out game. It's been a struggle in the running game. They've had to rely on the pass. That's not necessarily the running back's fault, though. I mean, they've been behind from the get-go in this one. They've had to throw. They haven't really been able to give G.P. Wells a lot of opportunities. El Dillapre Sr. also getting another catch. He's had several on the day as well. That was reception number 6. And firing towards the end zone. That one once again dropped. My goodness, Xander Murdoch with another drop. Unacceptable.
Looks like Rudy playing linebacker out there. It looks like he's 4'11 and 150 pounds.
Well, Xander's 6'2", 245, but
it doesn't look it, Mike.
Well, you're way up here in the booth, Matt. It's a matter of perspective. Julian Tyree alone in the backfield, trying to get a touchdown on the board. And is
Nope.
not able to get it there. Third down and goal from the 1. That catch made by Tulane James, backup wide receiver. Tyree looks towards the end zone, fires, tipped, and nearly picked off once again.
Fourth
Trying
and
to
goal,
hit
Mike.
Marion.
This is it. This is the last chance for a touchdown. Unless they somehow trot out the field goal unit, which would be
Looks like Tyree is still out there.
Yeah. Just sneak it in, Tyree. Just take it home.
Flynn Shady wearing 97, trying to confuse everybody.
Well, look, well.
Tyree. Will we see a Tyree run? We haven't seen one yet today, Matt.
That would be a good time. 3-man front. Nope.
Tyree will throw, swings it out to GP Wells. Wells into the end zone for his first career touchdown. And it'll come at the end of the game when it's a little out of reach. But still, congratulations to GP Wells. Welcome to the league, the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Finds the end zone in his rookie debut.
They needed that play earlier, Mike, in the game.
Absolutely.
A couple times they'd been stuck on the close to the goal line, and they just couldn't get it, punch it in. And they caught Louisiana in a heavy, in a goal line set, and throw a swing pass out of that. It should be easy touchdown most of the time.
Low snap.
Oh boy!
Kick is up. It's blocked. And the
oh my good lord!
Bad luck continues for Zoshta Black.
It's a black day for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was not his
fault. 2
missed
field goals. 2 missed field goals,
Ugh.
and now a blocked, missed extra point. See if he can have some better luck on the onside kick try.
Black
and in the air, the bounces up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, let's see. It's recovered by Sioux Falls. Tulane James with the recovery, Matt. So something finally goes their way with 32 seconds left in the game.
Boing right off the hands of 27. That would be Tank Bennett. Oh, Tank. And this game will continue.
It's not over yet, Matt.
Yeah.
Tyree looking to pass 400 yards. He's got
400 yards and lose.
That's
and
not
lose
acceptable, man. As a quarterback, Matt's just like crying in agony. Like, how do you throw for 400 yards and lose the game? It's adding 3 on there. Pass was complete to Marion, who's now almost, I think, 1 yard shy away from 200 himself.
Let's go. 2nd and 7 from the wing.
We're only 4 games into season 18, Matt, and that's the second recovered onside try.
Don't remind me. I hate onside kick recovery.
Yeah, there was one in a playoff game, as I recall, in season 17. Yeah. Cost the Mexico City Aztecs the game. My goodness, look at the spin move. Go get him, Al Dillapre Sr. Getting the first down in Louisiana territory as the clock ticks down to 15 seconds to go. And he spikes the ball.
There goes the completion percentage.
It just dropped, man. Still right around the 80% mark, but 2 yards away from 400 for Tyree. 1 yard away from 200 for K. Marion. Terrazas with 118 yards. Dillapre Sr. with 45.
Looks like we got a Hail Mary formation, Mike.
I believe they call it a Hail Mary, Matt.
That's what I said, a Hail Mary formation.
Tyree
launches
it towards the end zone, and it is tipped and incomplete. 7 seconds to go, 3rd down. Let's do it again.
It'd be funny if someone lined up for a Hail Mary and just threw a shovel pass. Everyone's all the way down there. You get like 30 yards before it.
Or Tyree just takes off.
Yeah, that could happen too, but there's always that blitzer, so.
Run, Tyree. Run. Oh, he
he
got stacked. Oh, well, just like that, Xander Murdoch says he wants to make up for his drops. He gets the sack that ends the game. Final score in this one, Louisiana Revolution 34, the Sioux Falls Sparrows 12. Matt, we look at the final stats. What are your final thoughts in this ball game?
The lack of rushing yards. The turnovers are pretty close. Look at that, 422 to 362. Sioux Falls actually outgained Louisiana, but lost big. I don't know. How do you wrap your brain around that one?
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It was all Louisiana from the beginning. You know, opening the season with a special teams play, getting a fumble out of A.J. Levy, able to end up turning that into points on their opening drive, and they never looked back. Just kept on adding on points. They never trailed in this one, never even came close to trailing in this one, quite frankly. And with that, the Louisiana Revolution will start their season 1-0. Sioux Falls Sparrows will start 0-1. So next up for the Sioux Falls Sparrows, Matt, they will be on the road once again. They head to St. Louis to take on the Gladiators. Louisiana hits the road next week as well. They'll head to Denver and take on the Nightwings. Coming up next in the Simulation Football League, starting at 7:30 p.m., so you get a little bit of a break, Matt. Vancouver at Carolina. Eric Vincent and Cade Stevens on the call. That will be on the Simulation Football League's Twitch page, twitch.tv/SimulationFL. And at 7:50 p.m., St. Louis Gladiators will visit the Las Vegas Fury. Chris Curtis and Jack Brown on the call on the Simulation Football League YouTube page. The player of the game, Tommy Utah, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he even added on 8 rushing yards. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Final score, 34-12. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, Ike McBride, and Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Daggs. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night, everybody.